how's everyone doing today? Give me a thumbs up if we're good. You don't have to lie. If you're not okay, it's okay. Today, so last class we started delving into kind of the world of business as a whole, learning about different facets of a business, how they connect and intertwine. We also played the Zappitalism game, which allowed us to make some business decisions on our own. Today, we're going to go just a little bit further into detail on that. We're not quite going to get into the core
Kelly,
of this
are you having
plan,
any problems?
but we're on our way.
Hello?
So
Hi,
remember
Kelly.
when we played Zappitalism,
This
where you
is
guys
Dr.
made your own
Webb.
business decisions.
Are
You
you
kind of made
having
those
problems?
decisions off the cuff. You didn't really do any research. You were just kind of going with your gut and what you thought might be best.
Oh. Then can you call in?
Today we're actually going to learn how managers and leaders
Oh,
go through an actual
let me call
process
in.
to
Okay.
make important decisions.
Hold on one
This
second.
is actually called the decision-making process. So to start, I'd like for each of you to come up with, let's do three of the most important decisions you will ever make in your life. Take like 10, 15 seconds, and I'm just going to go through, I'm going to ask like 5 or 6 of you what you guys think are your most important decisions you'll have to make in your life.
It's taking a second.
So just
log in.
a few seconds, and then I'll start asking. We'll start with Steven. Steven, what's one of yours?
My most important, well, not most, but one of my most important would be somebody that you marry or somebody that you date.
Without a doubt, that was definitely one of mine too. Let's go with Marletta. What's one of yours?
Huh, it's not letting me.
How many kids do I want if I do want any?
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of the next step after the whole marriage thing. Let's go with Benji. What you got?
I'm buying a house.
Buying a house, without a doubt. That's that in marriage too, or if you want to live by yourself, either way. And we'll do a couple more. Tijuana, what do you think?
I think it's. I think that marriage.
Marriage, yep, marriage is definitely good. We'll do one more. Patrick.
I'll try to come up with something different. Everyone else had the ones I had. How about, let's say, financial.
Okay, yeah, planning for retirement, stuff like that. So for me, I had my college of choice, my career, marriage, buying a home, and financial planning, my retirement. That was my 5th one. So you guys had pretty good ones. Those are all important decisions. So before we get into the actual lecture, I'm going to hopefully pull up this screen share successfully. And so we're going to watch a video. So it's a good opportunity for you to not hear me talk. And if you guys kind of chill a minute,
Sure why
as long as
it's
I
not
get this to
letting
work.
me.
Now this video, I will warn you ahead of time,
Instigating
this is
it,
not
possibly?
college level material. It's kind of silly,
Hold on.
but you'll see why I like it very soon, alright?
You can hear in the background, right? Okay. I might just keep you on my speakerphone for a second so you can hear it till we figure it out.
Can you guys see that?
No,
Not yet?
not yet.
Alright.
If you're having trouble, I can try to help you too.
Okay, hold on, I think we might have something here. Wow, look at that screen's going to infinity. That's crazy.
Yeah, do you know what you have to do? Mr. Hannon had the same. Oh, you got it. Awesome.
Cool.
And just so that you know, I've got Kelly on the phone. She's driving to school with her mom. She's not here yet, so she wanted me to put her on speakerphone so that she can hear us. So just so you know, Kelly's
Let me know
here.
if you guys can, hear this. Can you hear it? Okay.
So that's your. Alright, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can use that. get something, and then I'll come back. It's up to you. You can have it now or you can wait. Okay? I'll be back. Stay in the chair, okay? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to leave and then I'll come back, okay? You can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay? Okay. I do. You did? You did? You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So the pay to give me another. Thanks on both.
Alright. So, yeah, not exactly
Excuse
how.
me, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Pearson, those marshmallows look pretty good. Are we gonna get any marshmallows after class or anytime today?
You know, I thought about it, but I think in order to stay in with the decision-making process theme, I'm gonna have you guys wait for the marshmallows also. And have you get them on your own time.
I see you just joined in. Can you say
So,
anything?
like I said, it's not exactly high-level thinking, but honestly, I got a kick out of watching all the kids struggle with decision on eating the
I don't know
marshmallows,
why it won't let
and
me.
especially the little blonde kid at the end, like, his face like perks up when
Still
he sees the door
trying
open.
to get this
I like
phone
watching it,
call.
man. I've seen it like 10 times, I can't stop. So, but basically the point of it is to show you that we started
Oh,
the
well, keep
decision-making
trying and see
process
what
to
you
start
can do.
making
And
decisions at a
I
really young age.
like if you
And of
can't
course,
hear
you know, the
anything and I
decisions
can't
you
get
make
this
when
phone
you're
call
younger,
through,
they're not,
I'll call you back.
you know, necessarily, you know, going to have consequences for the rest of your life. They're not exactly big decisions, but it does start early, and it happens often. You're going to make a decision every day. There's some decisions that you really don't have to think about. They're kind of second nature in a way, you know, going to sleep, eating breakfast. You know, those are just kind of second nature things. But there's others that you really need to kind of put time into and think about what you really want. You know, should I date this guy or girl? If you guys have a significant other that you're potentially interested in, what should I do this weekend? Huge plans, you know, you don't know. You might have a couple different options. What should I binge watch on Netflix? That's huge. Do we have any Netflix watchers, any binge watchers? Raise your hand. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's a crucial decision because potentially that can take up the next 2 to 3 months of your life. If you're busy, if you're not busy, you might take a weekend. It's not a big deal. But potentially, it could be, you know, quarter of a year before you move on to the next show. And there's a lot of decisions like that that you'll make throughout your life. So what we're going to do now, we're going to kind of get into the lecture portion of this. We're going to open up a PowerPoint. We're going to attempt to screen share again and see if it works as well this time. Okay. Okay. Can you guys see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Good deal. All right, awesome. So this lecture is on the decision-making process. Second slide here. These are your standards. This is kind of officially what we're doing. So it's standard 4: analyze and integrate leadership skills and management functions within the business environment. And specifically 4.4, apply the decision-making process to a business situation. We will get into the business situation momentarily. So there's 5 steps. Decision-making process has 5 steps. I encourage you guys to take notes. If you were not already doing so, I'm sure all of you were. But just in case you're a little slow to get to Microsoft Word or to start writing, feel free to do that now. So step number 1 is identify the problem. The key to this step, and of course, identify the problem. There's got to be something wrong. There's always something wrong or something that you need to decide on. Just like, no phones in class, guys. Okay, I'm sure someone's coming in. So the main thing with identify the problem, good leaders are going to fix problems. Bad leaders only treat the symptoms. So for example, I like to use this example. If there is you're running a store and you have a leaky pipe or something's wrong with your bathroom, a bad leader is going to check it out himself and duct tape the pipe in hopes that the problem will go away. A good leader is going to get right to the source. He's going to call the plumber. He's going to have the problem taken care of on the spot, and that problem is no longer there. So the key is getting to the root cause of an issue, not just what's on the surface. So whenever you are about to make your decision or thinking about, I need to make this decision, get to the root issue at play, not just what you feel on the outside.
Okay, I got it going. So you can also call in.
Step 2,
Okay.
we're going to
Let me know if you
gather
have any
information.
problems.
Where do we get our information from? There's a few different options. The first option, this starts when you're young. Of course, it all starts with your parents. Whether you want to listen to them or not, they are the ones who are there. They're going to give you advice whether you want it or you do not want it. From there, I know a lot of people, as you get older, they'll get mentors. I had a mentor myself when I started when I was like 11 years old. He was actually my hitting instructor when I was first starting playing baseball. And I kind of just, I liked everything he stood for. And anytime I had an issue, he was one of the first people I went to. And hopefully you guys have one of those guys too. Just someone you can go to. They've seen a lot, they've seen more than you, so there's a good chance if you have a situation where you need to make a decision, there's someone you can go to and ask them. Next, we have other bosses who deal with a similar situation. This is especially true when you get into the business world. Another boss who's maybe your superior who's been there longer, they've probably seen what you were seeing 2 times over. They'll know how to deal with it. It's definitely good to ask. And finally, if all else fails, you can always go to the internet. As long as you utilize your sources correctly, there is good information on the internet. Not everything you see is true, but there are some good things on there. Move on to the next slide here. Decision-making process continued. Step 3, we're going to list our possible solutions. So you're going to gather your information after you identify your problem, what you need to make the decision on. Gather your information. You want to come up with as many logical possible choices as possible. You don't want to just have one and put all your eggs into that basket. You want to have a few options. Then if you have a few options, you can collaborate and you can kind of see what other people think, see if their ideas are the same as your ideas, or maybe they have a better one. An important thing to note here is to always know how your solutions are going to affect other people. It's one thing to know how it's going to affect yourself, but chances are there are other people in your life, whether it's in a personal situation or a business situation. There's going to be people around that are going to be affected by whatever solution or decision you end up making. So you want to make sure you kind of looked into that and you know what you're getting into before you kind of just go full bore into a plan. Step 4, we're going to choose a solution, create a plan of action. How do you implement this? That's the key. It's one thing to just come up with a solution and have that be your idea. Well, all that is right now is an idea. What you have to do after that is create your plan of action, implement that. Some people separate so choose the solution and create a plan of action into a couple steps. I put them together because you want to do both. You kind of want to do that all in one fell swoop. You want to utilize a step-by-step plan of action to implement your chosen solution. Do that a few ways. One way, and it kind of depends on where you're at. If you're in a big business, you send a memo out, send a group or a mass email telling you what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. Especially if you're in a position of power, you kind of have the ability to do that. If you're in a small business or a small area, talk to your peers, talk to the people who are with you, that work with you, or hang out with you, and tell them what you think, and then you can talk about that together. See if that's what you want. See if that's the desired plan. And finally, step 5, we want to evaluate our chosen solution. Basically, it's kind of self-explanatory. Did it work? What were the consequences of what your implemented decision was? And a main thing to keep in mind is were there any unforeseen consequences? Because there's always things that popped up that you weren't thinking about before, but they came up after you implemented your solution. Make note of those, and next time that same situation pops up, you will see that consequence coming. It won't be unforeseen, and you will be able to adjust your decisions from there in case you need to make that an adjustment to your solution to the particular problem.
So, Mr. Pearson, what you're saying is that if it doesn't work, we should go through pretty much all the steps all over again?
Not all again. I think it'd be good to start back at solution or step 3. Look at your other possible solutions. Maybe one that was a second solution that you didn't choose. Kind of go back, revisit that one, see if there's some way maybe you make a small adjustment to it. Maybe that becomes your primary solution that will work better than your original one.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know, there's a fire drill today in about a minute, a little over a minute. So, just
A little over a minute?
Just a little over a minute.
Oh man, all right, let me wrap up. Let me wrap this up real quick then. So decision making for leaders and managers and leaders, you're going to use this process on a daily basis to make decisions for the good of their company. When you get into business, all decisions are important. So they're always going to be using a decision making process along these lines. What kind of decisions? Employee-based, day-to-day operations, inventory, budgeting, merchandising, the list goes on. So what I would like for us to do now, how much time do we have?
You have like a minute and a half.
Minute and a half? Okay, so we won't have time to go into, I was going to work through the first case study with you and then give you a couple to do on your own for homework. I'm just kind of going to give you an intro into this case study here. In this one, Amber is an administrative assistant. Started out well, began to adopt poor behavior. Basically, I have it written out, and it's on the files. If you go to your H drive, it will be on these files. This case study will be on here. Basically, as a manager, this behavior that she is showing has not gone unnoticed. You're now faced with a decision as to what is the best way to approach dealing with Amber. And what I was going to do was, let me go back here. What I was going to do was have all of us kind of talk about it together, go through each step together. But since we are running short on time, I'm just going to tell you guys that kind of what I expect. And if we have trouble with the others with the case studies, we'll revisit it first thing class tomorrow because this was a shortened lesson. I kind of want to go over detail on this and make sure we all know what we're doing as far as the decision-making process is concerned. But take a look at this tonight and just kind of go over it, identify the problem, gather a little bit of information, list some of your possible solutions, and we will revisit it.
Mr. Pearson,
Yeah.
why is this important? What are you learning this for?
Well, regardless of what profession you go into, you will have to make decisions, either in a business sense or a professional sense, regardless. You need to know how to properly make decisions. You don't just want to do things off the cuff without really thinking things through. You want to have a plan, and the best way to have a plan is to go through the decision-making process and do it step by step.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, take a look at the case study tonight. We will go over it as a group first thing tomorrow. And that is it for today, guys. All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. I've been keeping it at like 19 minutes, 19, 20, so I gave you a little more time from the minute and a half that I had said.
Yeah, that flew by. I didn't even. I thought I was at like 15 minutes max, and I was gonna like actually go into the case study.
Yeah, no, time does fly by. And I was actually trying to work with Kelly to try to get her on the line. Kelly, was that you on the phone asking the question?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure because we were having trouble getting the phone call in. But I thought it was awesome when you said no phones in the class. We were messing with that. And then just make sure, Kelly, that you mute your phone and your one thing so that it doesn't echo until you ask questions. And then everybody else, make sure that you're ready to ask questions or answer questions. I like how Cameron told us all to say yes if we got it or no. So keep your finger on the mouse just in case you have to like take it off of mute and put it back on. All right, so that was great. Thank you very much. We'll give him some love. I guess silent love.
Good enough.
Okay, and Patrick, you are next.